Students, today we are going to study under the 1991 reforms, the newly added topic to your syllabus, that is demonetization. Now on 8th November 2016, the Government of India announced the adoption of demonetization. That is, they demonetized the high denomination currencies for legal tender, and those high denominations were 500 rupee note and 1000 rupee notes. No more these two currencies, these two high denomination currencies are going to be used for the legal tender. Now, what do you mean by demonetization? Demonetization is removal of currency unit of high denomination as legal tender. That means legally exchanging the currency. No more we can make use of 500 and rupees 1000 currency notes for exchanging as a medium of exchange. For legally transactions, we cannot use that. Now, what was the aim of adopting the demonetization then? One of the major aim for adopting the demonetization was to curb corruption. The major aim was to curb corruption. It was also the aim of counterfeiting the high denomination for illegal activities, those activities which are not legal, to stop them. For that also the demonetization was adopted, and it was also adopted to remove black marketing by not declaring the income. That was also the purpose for adoption of demonetization. To the features of demonetization. It was viewed that demonetization is going to have the proper administration of tax and was considered as tax administration policy. Because now the people will have to declare their correct income, and that is going to monitor the proper tax system. So therefore, it was considered as the tax administrative system. Then it was also viewed that with the help of demonetization, Indian government would be able to keep a check on tax evasion, because now the people will declare their correct income, which earlier was not happening, and therefore on the declaration of the income, they cannot evade the tax anymore. Then it was also viewed that through the demonetization, government will be able to channelize the savings of the public to the formal financial system, because now the people will not hold their money at their homes as a black money. They are going to save it in the formal platform of the financial system, like for example banking system, and in that way they are going to channelize their savings in the formal financial system. It is also going to help in making the economy into cashless economy. The government destined to make India into a cashless economy, that is, the public should not hold the money with them. Rather than that, they should save their money in the formal financial system, which is going to help the financial system as well as the public in general. It was also viewed that demonetization will help in promotion of digitalization. This was the concept given by the government of India that we need to promote more of digitalization and cashless economy should be performed. Use of digitalization, that is like, for example, making use of internet banking, making use of different portals like PayPal, like Paytm, etc., which could be helpful in promoting your digitalization and making the payment for their exchange of goods and services. Now, however, the digitalization had impacted the entire economy of the India, but it impacted the most to the three sections of the society, that is the impacts of digitalization on three sections. The first section was who were outside the digital economy. That means they do not have any scope of entering into the digital economy. They cannot perform their digital transactions. The second section was the less affluent section. The less affluent section, this is that section which is still in the process of becoming the part of digital economy. The digital economy through government policies like Jan Dhan Yojana or RuPay Yojana. Through these, they are still in the process of becoming the part of the digital economy. They are not affluent enough. They are still in the process, and therefore we are saying this section as less affluent section. Then comes is the third section, which is affluent enough. That means they are completely performing digital transactions, and therefore they are completely inside the digital economy. So the digitalization has commonly impacted the most to these three sections of the society.